In this video, I head down with my dog to my traditional bark hut, nestled among the bushland on the property. I want to test the bark's performance in the upcoming storms. I also practice some bushcraft, cook up a mean venison stew, and go through some of my old era camping gear. Will the bark hut withstand the severe thunderstorms about to hit, or will I get rained out and have to reassess this bushcraft shelter of mine? Keep watching to find out. Well, g'day everyone. Welcome back to another video, and for today's video I'm going to be camping out here in this little bark hut with my girl Bingo. Where are you? Here she is. It'll be her first camp. She's a little bit scared and skittish, and we've got big storms coming. We've got heavy rain tonight, so it's going to be interesting seeing how it holds up in here. Not sure how it's going to go, but I thought I'd first just go through my gear with you so you know what I've taken down here with me. So first up, I've got a oilskin jacket for when it rains later. Now, this is my bedding, my bedroll or my swag setup, and this is a oilskin tarp which I've made myself, and inside I've got 2 woolen blankets, so hopefully that keeps me warm tonight. For a bit of lighting, I've got a kerosene lamp. For my water, I've got this new water bag that I've been trying out, and just seeing how much water it can hold right now. I've got my billy with my food in here, which I'm going to cook up later. This is my leather satchel that I take with me. Got a tucker bag, I've got a mug, got some oil, just a few bits and bobs, fire starting kit, things like that. So the idea of this camp is to be, you know, an old 1800s camp out in a bark humpy during a storm. It's going to be interesting and see how we go. Oh, I should say as well, another thing that I have is these shoes. Now these are leather made World War I, World War II infantry style boots, which I bought from a store online. Yeah, they're not too bad. They're a little bit slippery. They don't have a lot of tread on the bottom. But yeah, I just wanted to wear some authentic style boots for this little trip that I'm doing. There's Bingo there. He's just enjoying the place. Alright, so inside the hut here, I've got a bunch of firewood stored, just so it can stay dry for when this weather hits. Got my little pipe in the corner there, if you can see that. Starting to look a bit stormy out there, so I wonder if I should get a fire going now. So I wanted this to be like an 1800s camp and only use the resources in the bush around me, but because it is going to be raining, I am going to use a bit of corrugated tin. So a bit of history on the corrugated tin or corrugated iron. In 1829 it was created and manufactured by a Henry Palmer, I do believe. I think I'm getting the name right, in London. And they say that within a year it was already spreading throughout Australia. So that's quite early that it was hitting Australia. In the 1850s, people were bringing in corrugated iron in droves with the gold rush. It was a great easy way to transport a material that is great for creating shelters. So, you know, having one little piece here which I use to protect the fireplace because there's going to be a lot of rain, I don't feel so bad about. So a bit of stringy bark here. I've got my flint and steel and a bit of charred cloth. So There we go. So that's the light. I'm going to chuck that right in there. Righty, there we go. Jeez, it went up fast. Good gal. So, a little bit of background information about Bingo. She's a purebred Kelpie and she's adopted. So she was an adopted dog because she was abandoned at the Gundagai cattle market apparently. And so we put our hands up and said, yeah, we'll adopt her and take care of her. And she's been a bit of work. She's still a pup, but she's a little bit wary still of people, and I'll see how we go. I don't know if she's going to sleep down here with me tonight. Hopefully she will, but she does like hanging out with me down the back of the property here and running around, and you can tell she's got cattle dog in her, like the way she wants to herd things. But she's just, it took about 2 weeks for her to finally warm up to me. She was very wary of people for a while there, but yeah, she's a beautiful girl, beautiful little Kelpie pup. And for those international audiences, Kelpies are a Australian breed of dog, and they were bred specifically for the, the dry, hot conditions here in Australia, and for obviously herding sheep. So yeah, she's a good dog. We really like her, and Bingo's her name, named after Bingo from the Australian cartoon series Bluey, which my kids are big into, so they wanted to call her Bingo. Yeah, and that's Bingo's story basically. Now for dinner, I'm going to make myself venison stew with a bit of bread. And basically, what have I got? Ingredients. Got a bunch of venison shot here on the property. Of course, they wouldn't have had bloody plastic wrappers back in the day, but oh well. So I'm going to fry that up first with a little bit of oil in here. And that's the first point. So I'm going to pour quite a bit of oil in here actually. I'll get that oil going good on the fire. To mix with it, I have flour in my flour bag or tucker bag. I've also got an onion and a tomato and a bottle of beer. They had beer back in the day. Probably wasn't cold like this one is. These billies are bloody great. You can cook tea in them, you can cook coffee. I've made damper in these, like use it as a little oven, and you can make good stews in them as well. Alright, I'm going to add in some beer now. Oh. Save the rest for me. And just a little bit of flour to thicken it up. Put the old lid on. And I'll let that sit for maybe an hour or so and just let it stew away. Starting to calm down now. Bingo's ran off. Bingo's not with me anymore. I think she ran back up to the house, up to the top of the hill. But I'm glad I've got that stew. It's been on there for about an hour now, so it should be ready soon. The bark hut is holding up well. The roof is not leaking. It's just I'm getting a lot of side drift wind blowing the rain into here, so through the windows. But otherwise the roof is doing really well. Oh yeah. That's good. Alright, so this is interesting. I chose today because I wanted to test it out in the rain. Unfortunately, I probably chose a day where it's a little bit too much rain. So even the Vic emergency, the SES State Emergency Service app is telling me it's warning of severe thunderstorms, severe wind warnings. You look on the radar on the bomb and there is a big downpour about to hit. So look, I'm just going to touch and go and see how it goes. It's about to hit any minute now, and I'll see how the little hut stands up. And that'll depend whether I'm going to actually sleep down here tonight or come down another night. Let's see how bad this storm is. Shit. I don't know if this was the best night to come out here for this. Man, there's a gnarly storm on its way. Big lightning bolts as well. The lightning always scares me. I don't mind the wind and the rain, but lightning's a little bit iffy. Here it comes. Oh crap. Roof is starting to leak. She's holding up, but oh no. Alright, that's it, I'm out of here. This is way too much rain. They're predicting 60 mil of rain is meant to be coming. It's just everything's leaking, I'm getting wet. Alright, I'm out. See ya. Alright, I've just ran up to our farm shed here. During the summer here in Victoria, every couple of weeks we get these big storms. It's almost like a tropical storm. You get crazy winds, just a massive dump of rain. There's no way that bark hut of mine is gonna stand up to rain like this. So, you know, a drizzle, I'll be fine, but this is just crazy. No, shit, lots of lightning. Guys, I think that, I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not gonna sleep down there tonight. I've got all my swags wet anyway, my woolen blankets are wet from running up here to the shed. I'll come and camp down in there another night this week when there's not as much rain, just so I can have that experience. So that's pretty much it for this first half of this video. Feels like everything's dried out pretty well. Hey, what's wrong, big guy? Well, g'day everyone. It's a few days later and everything's dried out again. That was a big storm we got, 70 mil of rain I think we got in total, so way too much for this little bark hut to handle. So I'm not going to cook up, I've already had dinner, I'm just coming down for the night. I will get another fire going, and I might show you how I do my swag setup as well. And I've got Bingo here with me tonight. I wonder if she's going to stay with me the whole night though. So a few repairs needed after that big storm. Hey girl. Hey Bingo. So this is the traditional swag. I'll roll it out. There's the woolen blankets. Now, there's a way that you lie in these to keep yourself warm. I'll show you how it is. Basically, you want a triangle shape like this. So, this is how it'll work. I'll hop in here like this. Got my woolen blankets on me. The idea, pull this end up, wrap it like that, grab these edges, you wrap it like that, hop in. I'll probably roll up this oilskin jacket and use it as a pillow. And that's how these swags work. So the idea of wrapping yourself up is, one, if it does drizzle in the night and I get a little wet, this is waterproof. It also maintains all the heat as well. So yeah, you wrap yourself up as a burrito, I guess, and away you go. Hey girl. Bingo. What are you doing now? My other dog Bodie's come to say, hey Bodie, come here. This is Bodie, this is the Border Collie. But Bodie won't stay down here because Bodie's scared of the dark. So Bodie will probably go back up to the house tonight. Light tonight. So I thought I'd just show you this. A lot of you who watch the channel probably already know this trick, but that was my last piece of charred cloth, so I would like to make some more. So basically it's just a little tin that you can close. In here you've got to have 100% cotton. So this is just some cotton material, and I've just cut them up into little strips like this. I'm going to place them in here, and then what I do is I'll make sure that's tight and I'll put that in the fire. Now you've got to make sure that there is a little hole punctured into the tin so that the air can escape. That's how you get charred cloth. So that's pretty much it for the evening. I'm just going to chill by the fire for a little bit. I've got a mate actually coming down, Tim, who's been in a few of my videos before. He's just going to come and hang out by the fire, have a few beers and just enjoy it, and then I'll I'll see how I'll go sleeping in the hut tonight. There is a forecast of a bit of rain in the morning. Nothing like what we had, so it'll be good. I'll see if the dogs stay with me tonight as well. But I'm looking forward just to spending the night out here. The frogs are out, the crickets are out, the yellow-tailed black cockatoos are flying over. It's very beautiful down here. I'm excited to know what's in that green bag. There's that charred cloth as well that I made last night. So I've got heaps of charred cloth now that I can use on next adventures. Well, the dogs headed off last night. Just before my friend left, they ran up to the house. They were a bit spooked. There's something about the dark that spooks them out. They're big wusses. It was really warm last night with 2 woolen blankets, and the fire was going for the first part of the night, and just had a really good sleep here in this little shack. It was meant to rain today, so it hasn't started yet, which is good. It's actually quite a nice morning, and it's beautiful hearing all the frogs and the crickets and just camping out here like a settler of old, really. Got my morning coffee this morning, and it's just really nice. But this little camp out on this video that I've made has taught me that this thing is not going to hold up in a strong storm. So I'd actually, since the structure of this is quite solid, I might take all the bark off, save the bark for another little project, and I might make a like 1850s Gold Rush era style tin shack. I've got a bunch of old tin, rusted corrugated iron tin that I'll chuck up on the top. So it'll be waterproof, and then maybe wooden slats along the side. I'm going to build a tin fireplace here and make, like a full Gold Rush era tin shack, which will be really cool, which will be able to hold up in some storms and have something a little bit more solid that I can come down and camp out in. But yeah, it's been a good experience. If you've liked this video, please subscribe, give me a comment, give me a like, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm going to be pumping out lots of content this year, all that, Bushman, Swagman, Bushranger, old Australiana type history camping stuff, and I do hope you enjoy it. I've got a Patreon as well. If you'd like to support me, you can go on over to there. Otherwise, thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you on the next video.